So you want to make ASMR content? Well, good thing for you, you've come to the right place. Wait, is that really what the script says? Let me check. Oh, wow, yeah, it does. Awkward. Alright, let's try it again. That never happened. So, you want to make ASMR content? Well, you've come to the right place. I'm here to give you my tips and tricks into becoming an ASMRist. Okay, allow me to be transparent. I by no means see myself as someone who is in any position to give good advice on this topic, but I did think the idea of making this video would be fun for anyone interested in learning what helped me on this journey. Or I guess for you listeners who just want to hear me yap. Whatever the reason, I do hope you enjoy your stay. And I did want to mention, as of right now, we have finally reached 1,000+ subscribers here on YouTube. Thank you so much. That's actually really insane. Okay, now watch. Just because I said that, people are going to unsub and I'm gonna look like the world's biggest idiot. Oh well. Consider clicking the like and subscribe buttons so that I don't look like an idiot, please. Who am I kidding? I already embarrass myself plenty on the internet. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. ASMR content. I would like to start off by saying, whether it's ASMR or any type of content creation, the most important step is to just do it. Yes, I went there. Just do it. Do the thing. Give it a try before you go out and buy tools or expensive setups. Trust me on this one. The last thing you want to do is think that this is something you want to go into. Go out of your way and buy things and then start to realize that you don't really like this. Because at that point, well, you kinda already spent your hard-earned money. But sweet and sour ASMR, I can just return the things if that happens. I really want to have the right equipment. To which I say, yeah, in theory you could do that if you want to go that route. But you want to keep in mind where you buy stuff and their return policies, because some sites you have a limited time to return things, and some sites you can't return anything at all. So be responsible. Plus, if you're anything like me, I'm lazy, and I would hate to go out to return the lost stuff and keep an eye on it and make sure I actually get my refund, etc., etc. Because in this life, you never know, trust me. So you have been warned. This does lead me to my next point. Do not feel obligated to buy the most expensive equipment out there, especially if you're not sure if this is something you would like to do long term. In my case, I own a Blue Yeti microphone and have used it a lot in my streaming activities at XHourSweets on Twitch. Please check it out, link in the description below. Sorry, I couldn't help myself there. Nevertheless, the Blue Yeti in my experience has been a good microphone for ASMR, and I know many others use it as well, so I can definitely recommend it. And I know, I'm so sure that there are other videos that go in much more detail on budget microphones for ASMR. Point is, know your budget, try to use what you already have, or try budget-friendly options first, until you get a better feel for this type of content. And yes, before anyone asks me, I am fortunate to own the 3DO microphone, which I also use to record some of my videos. The 3DO is amazing, but not really that budget friendly. I would more so recommend this for those who have done ASMR and are pretty sure that it's something they want to continue into the long term. Or if you have money to spare and don't really care, hey, it's your money at the end of the day, I'm not here to tell you what to do and what not to do. I'm just here to give you tips and advice and just talking about my experience, so have at it. I do want to preface that the only reason I have my 3DO is because it was bought for me by my community that watches my Vtuber content, which I am forever thankful for. which technically is another thing you can do once you get a following, is to have a wish list. But we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, so let's go back to talking about starting ASMR content. One important thing to keep in mind is what type of content you wish to make. I'm not saying you need to know everything right off the bat, cause I sure didn't. I'll be honest, I never even expected to still be doing this. I only really plan to do 1 to 2 videos on here as a reward for a subathon I had a while back. It was never meant to become this whole thing, but here we are. Anyways, having a general idea of what you would like to do and boundaries of what you don't want to do is very important. Please, by all means, take your comfort into consideration. Cause you may think, for example, that, wow, yonder ASMR does pretty well. I should do that to bring people to my channel. But if you don't feel comfortable doing that, then please don't. But sweet and sour ASMR, isn't it a smart idea to appeal to the audience, you may ask? And it really depends on how you see it. Pushing yourself to do something that makes you uncomfortable can cause stress and affect your mental health negatively. Only you can make the decisions on what content you put out there, and I think you should do content that makes you happy and comfortable. And if you aren't really sure, it's totally okay to experiment and try things out. If it's not for you, that's perfectly fine. I know that if you give it a try, you'll find what works for you and what doesn't work. Everyone's different. You do what is best for you. Continuing on this point, here are other things to think about. Do you want to focus more on your voice? Do you want to have more of a focus on tools and background noises? A mix of both? How about how you present yourself on the channel? Are you someone who's willing to be on camera, interacting with the audience? I know many people get really into character and even dress up for it too. But then there's others like myself who don't appear on camera. I portray myself using one character that I designed myself. I know some people don't necessarily have one particular character and just use characters that fit the video's theme. So really the options are very open, so by all means get creative with it. I do want to take a moment to just say that here at the Sweet and Sour ASMR channel, I do not and will not ever use AI art. You can think or say what you want about that, but that is a boundary I do not wish to cross. Instead, I will continue to draw my own art for my videos or commission amazing artists. I know that my art's not the best, but I can definitely say that my art has gotten better because of this channel. Because some of my early art from the start of this channel to now, yeah, I can tell the difference alright. So I'm someone who definitely will push you to draw your own art if you have the means to. Trust me, it will push you to learn more and improve on your art. And if drawing your own art isn't really an option for you, you can always commission artists for your videos. There's so many artists out there on sites like Vgen. Just to throw a quick commission idea out there is you could commission a PNG of your character with different facial expressions. That way you can reuse the art instead of having to commission multiple pieces. Of course, if you commission someone for art with the intention to use it for content creation, please, by all means, let the artist know upfront. Some artists may charge extra, always ask questions, and read their terms of services. And of course, if you do commission artists, please, by all means, give them the credit in the video, in the description somewhere. You know, artists deserve to be credited for their work after all. Alright, that spill's over. Now you're probably wondering, is this video organized at all? Heck no. Now let me use that as a segue for our next topic. Scripts. Do you want to use them? How about writing your own? Well, again, so many options there. I know there are free scripts to read out there like on Reddit. And if you do use free scripts, just as a courtesy, make sure that you credit the people. Okay. Writing your own scripts can be really nice, honestly. It keeps you organized and on track. Or you can be like me and just wing it. Yeah, most of my videos don't have script because I'm lazy. But I know that isn't for everyone. I just happen to be a really, really big yapper, and I have roleplayed a lot thanks to Dungeons & Dragons. Do what makes you comfortable. I sometimes struggle with scripts because I feel like it comes off like I'm reading more than like actually feeling what I'm saying. But to each their own. Wow, I sure have given you guys a lot to think about. But my first point still stands. If you want to make ASMR content, just do it. Everything else are things to think about. You don't need to think too hard about it. Just things to keep in mind. You can work out the details as you go. The most important step is to get yourself out there and just do it, because you never know what may happen. I sure did, and here I am, very happy I decided to make this content. Now to kind of wrap this all up, I want to leave you with one last question. Why do you want to make ASMR content? For me, I honestly just thought the idea was interesting and fun, and I soon found out it was. But what really got me to enjoy this even more was the positive feedback I got from others. Learning that my content helps some people fall asleep or soothes them and makes them feel better was not really something I ever expected. You gotta think about it like this. At the end of the day, we are all strangers on the internet. And for me to know that my voice can have some kind of positive impact on the life of another person is just something that feels really nice. Never really thought I would ever experience that, to be honest. There was a point in my past where I honestly did not like my voice. And it was difficult to put my voice out there online when I did. And I was really amazed by the amount of people that were positive about my voice. And this was years ago. I no longer really have a disdain for my voice. I don't really feel anything negative or positive towards it. It's just my voice. It's just what it sounds like. And I'm very grateful that I, had the courage to do that years and years ago. And now to be able to use my voice in a medium like this that helps people, I think that's amazing and kind of crazy too when you think about it. But, so I would say that I continue to do what I do because I honestly enjoy it. But I also kind of find some comfort in knowing that I can brighten up someone's day, if only a little. Okay, again, I'm really sorry for this unorganized mess of a video, but hey, if you made it this far, thank you. I know it was kind of all over the place, and again, like I said at the beginning, I don't feel like I'm necessarily someone who is in a position to give any, actual advice. But maybe if you stumbled along this video to hear someone else's perspective that doesn't really have it all together, maybe it gives you some solace to know that you don't have to, have every little detail figured out if you want to make ASMR content, that you can make it, even if you're just, kind of being like, okay, let's just do it and not think about anything, because that's sure who I am. I also don't really watch a ton of ASMR content, ever, so, I'm coming from a whole different type of background compared to maybe other people who make ASMR, so maybe it'll give you a different way to look at it. I don't know, or maybe this is just really good yap content that you can listen to and, fall asleep to. I don't really care which one it is, but yeah, let me know what you thought about this video, I guess, in the comments below if you want to, or don't. It is what it is. Either way, this is a little fun. Just a little yap and just kind of going all over the place. Anyways, thank you. As always, thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now. So, I ended that video, and then I was like, oh wait, there's a point that I didn't talk about, so, I guess, extra point. I guess people may ask about ASMR and background noise. I don't really have the best setup for, preventing background noise. And I know some people are like, oh, soundproof your room, well, that's expensive, but there's, videos for that, how to soundproof your room on a budget. Things I can suggest is foam, or honestly, plushies. If you have a lot of plushies, you can buy makeshift something. Sometimes I record in my closet, and I have a bunch of stuff in there to kind of, dull the sound. And then a lot of programs out there also, can remove background sound as well, so that's usually what I use. Again, there's probably better videos to describe that, but at least I wanted to make it to your awareness, so yeah, and that's all I got. Okay, you got a little tip